Hello everybody, welcome back to the internet's best reactions 2021 edition. I can't believe we are returning already, although to be fair, the 2020 season felt like it finished on Christmas Day. Car launches have finished, we've got F1 testing coming up, we've got round 1 in a couple of weeks. This is ridiculous, but either way, I thought what better way to whet our appetites for a new season than to dive into some of your best reactions to the car launches. Some of them were a bit meh at the actual car launches themselves because, you know, they were like, oh, here's our livery, cool, see you around 1. And others made a bit of a big song and dance of it. So there's going to be a variation of reactions, but either way, some of them are amazing. Let's dive into our first team. First up, we have McLaren. They were the first team to go, so why not be the first in this video? Now, I liked a lot about the launch, and some bits I was a little bit, and I think a lot of you will know which one or what part if you did watch it. But let's start with the positives. I felt like they set the trend with the virtual screen behind the drivers and the host Natalie Pinkham just talking. You know, it was nice to have them involved in some way, and the car itself, of course, not much change there. But when we actually take a look at the maybe little bit of awkwardness was to do with the song at Formula Miguel, sorry. Mum said it's my turn to play the triangle. Of course, if you didn't watch it, you'd probably be wondering why on earth is Lando holding a triangle. It's, well, they had to make their own song, and I hope that they're not forced into funnies too early. As much as I love Danny Ric, I love Lando, they're both great personalities, and I think they will gel. They're still feeling each other out at the moment. I think it was quite evident with this and just generally the car launch, especially with Lando dropping that, you know, he's trying to be number 1 or going to be number 1 at the team, or feels like he should be in that role, which is quite a big, bold statement from Lando. So I feel like there might be a little bit to work out between those two, but I'm sure there's going to be lots of funny stuff on the way. Oh wow, I've managed to do a double submission straight away in 2021. Formula Miguel comes up with another one, which is "You're doing amazing, sweetie." Zach Brown 2021. I love Zach Brown. I love his vibe. He's just such a dad kind of, but like also, you know, he'll kick your ass, but also really nice. And I love his sort of, yeah, his aura. It's awesome. And I think a lot of people would agree. At Armin JL12, Daniel Ricciardo turning up for the McLaren launch. Like, I would rather many things in life than have to drive a supercar through those tight wedges. I 100% would have scraped it, but Danny Ric and Lando didn't, so well done for them, because I would not trust myself. And finally on McLaren, B.Sennel, would it be car launch season without somebody posting the meme about corporate needs due to find the difference between this picture and this picture? No, but here you go. I thought I'd share it anyway. Okay, next up we have Aston Martin. Big talking points from them as well. Of course, they were sort of relaunching their entire team as opposed to just showing a new livery, because, you know, Aston Martin in the sport is very exciting indeed, and with the big Lawrence Stroll at the helm, it's quite a scary team. Like, genuinely, it feels like he's some sort of supervillain, and I was kind of completely enticed with his speech, because I was just going, does he have a gun? I genuinely was wondering, like, it was just so weird to watch him kind of go from this person that was very much saying, you know, I'm not someone that's going to go in front of camera, I'm very much behind the scenes, and now he's taken the forefront as another big team boss. You know what I mean? Like, he has that persona to really sort of clash with the likes of Toto Wolff and Christian Horner, and I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. But back to the livery launch and the team launch itself, it was a little bit, yeah, strange, wasn't it? We got at 3110 Ham says Aston Martin launch had me like. A lot of people were saying it was a bit cringe. Of course, you had like Tom Brady just popping in for no real reason. You had, of course, had Daniel Craig, James Bond popping in as well. I mean, it's very Aston Martin, so fair play. But the big thing for me was Gemma Arterton, the actor, who the presenter for that, was, you know, kind of just looking at the auto cue. Oh, so Seb, you've won 4, and then, you know, and then back, and then it was a little bit awkward in that sense. I liked the whole tone, obviously the very, you know, very British and launching this very much Aston Martin brand. But yeah, there were some moments that were a little bit weird. Speed Nickel 93 says, now I can't unsee this. Daddy Stroll is Count Dooku in disguise. Yeah, kind of goes along the whole supervillain vibe, doesn't it? I love it. I'm personally here for it. Of course, you know, a lot of people give him negative press because he brought his son into Formula 1. But hey, this is a big opportunity for Lance Stroll to beat Seb Vettel this year. Of course, Seb coming off a bad season last year. But This leads me on to my next tweet, which is from Panagiotis Laum 3. Me seeing Seb Vettel smiling. Seb was the only genuine sort of happy-go-lucky guy there. Everyone else felt very rigid, and Seb was just like, guys, I'm here, I'm happy, new team, and it's great to see Seb smiling. Now, of course, Red Bull just kind of launched their livery, so we're going to just focus in on the reactions to the actual car itself. At Matt_Rowney says, trying to spot the differences from last year's livery. Of course, this is the conversation every single year. Tommy, our founder, will say, look, it's an iconic livery. It doesn't really need to be changed. But, you know, every year we hope, and especially when they tease us with these amazing testing liveries, which are obviously completely off-brand in some ways, and I don't expect those. But at the same time, you know, every year I have a little bit of hope that there'll be some sort of difference. But of course, you know, there are minor changes, of course, and you know, we banter about the livery designers not doing much over the course of a year, but at the same time I can understand why they don't change it. Why change something that's broken? Why change something that's broken? Why change something? Don't fix it. Don't change what's broken. Don't fix what ain't broke. Oh my god. That, I got there eventually. Brilliant stuff. You can tell I haven't presented in a while, huh? _Miracle Nina says, oh my god, no way, it's the same livery since forever. So you can kind of see the running trend with the Red Bull the Red Bull livery. We got another one, Mzambianchi. I mean, that's very true as well. There hasn't been many changes to many of the Red Bulls over the course of a lot of years. Look, we can't have a go at them. Or can we? Are we allowed to have a go at them for not changing their livery? Let us know. Let us know in the comment section below. Let me know in the comment section below. Cool. At RealCPR1234, fans, it's the same as last year. Red Bull, no, we've changed it. Fans, okay, where's the new bit? Red Bull. Okay, enough of the Red Bull haven't changed it. I would like to them to do it, kind of do a massive sort of presentation with everything, but obviously with COVID and whatnot, it's quite difficult to do that. It's still a nice livery. Let's move on. Let's talk about Williams next. And of course, they had quite an exciting launch planned, which was, you know, they were going to do a whole augmented reality thing on an app and whatnot. And unfortunately, someone accessed the app themselves, hacked into it, or whatever that Williams wanted to call it, which kind of sparked a bit of debate, because a lot of people, including myself, were like, oh, why can't people just leave something alone and wait for it to be released when it's released? Just don't go snooping into files that you definitely aren't allowed in. But then the other side of it is like, well, why is there no real security here to stop people going in? So I can understand that argument as well, but I'm more on the just leave it alone. And at 1906, Louisa says, me after finding out Williams' augmented reality app was hacked. It was a shame, because, you know, it's quite a cool thing to do. I'm sure they invested quite a bit of money in order to do such a thing. And yeah, unfortunately we didn't get to see it. It was deleted and they just posted their new livery. Sad times. Now, I'm not going to go into too much bashing of the Williams livery. I know some people were saying that it's a default thing from a Formula 1 game, or you haven't unlocked it, or, you know, it's from an F1 manager game where it's just one of those, oh yeah. You get that it's probably not the most inspired, although the front half, a lot of people enjoyed. The back half, not as much. At Dunk Steel, my reaction to that new Williams livery. Yeah, I think there was probably more negative than positive about the new livery, personally, and I was more leaning towards negative. What did you think? Because it was quite a conversation sparker. Were you a fan of it? Let me know in the comment section below. Alpine is up next, and, well, what do I have to say about that absolute beauty? For the actual car itself, number one. Easily for me. Just so gorgeous. I mean, the backdrop they had for it, everything was just top notch. However, the actual car reveal was anything but, wasn't it? At Hemanth_405, GP2 internet speed, Alpine livery reveal. I wonder what Fernando Alonso would have had to say. But that's just this day and age, unfortunately, isn't it? Where they have to do all of this stuff online, perhaps from locations they didn't want to do it in if they'd been able to go anywhere in the world. And yeah, bit of a rubbish launch, and I think they tried to keep launching stuff or go live, and it just kept going wrong. So, but it's fine, because the car is sick, but in a good way. Sick is a good thing, okay? For people that don't know that, I'm a boomer, aren't I? Carlos RMA94 made the comparison to Pepsi. Did anyone else see that? I can see why people would think maybe the blue, but overall not massively for me. And at cherry_Satija, Alpine made our day with the livery. Livery. I'm assuming you meant livery. But actually some Mercedes shade in there as well. We'll get onto the Mercedes car launch. But yeah, I was much more of a fan of the Alpine than I was the Mercedes. Tattooed Yoda pretty much summed up exactly what the differences were between the livery and the actual stream reveal. There you go. That's all you need to know. Let's move on to the next team. As we've spoken about Mercedes, let's go into their car launch, which sparked some Twitter stuff, didn't it? It really did. There was a lot of AMG. A lot of AMG spamming from a lot of people. Formula Uno, it's nearly W12 time. There are so many amazing reactions to this Mercedes car launch. I genuinely couldn't fit them all in, but here we are. Lots of amazing stuff. Another one from High Five Forever, posting this again. And then we got another one, Battery Voltas. I mean, great name anyway. Can you see there was a lot of AMG? As for the actual car itself, what did I think of it? I don't talk about all my sort of thinkings around the cars and what I thought about it, because I'm not really a livery expert. I'm not massively fussed if a car's ugly when it gets launched. I'm more about how close they will be on track. But it wasn't the worst car launch, 100%. I didn't think it was the worst livery, but not a fan of the red and the AMG spam personally. Spooky Joy 13, AMG everywhere. Another one from Mozzarella. This baby can fit so many AMG stickers on it. Okay, all right, that's enough AMG bants. But you can see, actually, that brings me on to the fact that as much as people say, oh, it's ugly, oh, AMG this, AMG that, what an unbelievable marketing strategy it is for that sort of thing to create such social chatter. AMG probably put in their brief, I'm assuming there was some kind of, we want this many stickers on the car this year, and Mercedes have gone, okay, well, how do we do this and make it look either not great but causes a lot of discussion, or kind of just place it around and there's, maybe again the livery doesn't look that great, but they haven't utilised the brief. But I think they've done a great job in terms of everybody talking about AMG, and I think a lot of people probably googled what is AMG as well. So top-notch stuff from Mercedes. Okay, let's talk about HAAS very quickly. Of course, they didn't have their own car launch show as such. It was just more throwing it out there, and I don't blame them because they released that car. Real CPR 1234 FIA bans Russian flag. HAAS. And this is okay. We're not giving out any prizes for Tweet of the Week this time round, but this made me laugh so much. F1_Abhishek. Of course, HAAS introducing the car, reacting to me lying. Oh my god, that is just so good. So good. As for the car itself, of course, some people want to know what I think. It's clearly night and day. Night and day, that's not the right term, but you know what I mean. It's clear as day. That's what I was going for. What they're trying to do there. And it makes me sad for Mick Schumacher a little bit. Because, he's just kind of caught up in this whirlwind. And that's pretty much all I've got to say on the matter. I can't imagine that livery will stay as it is going into the season. Of course, there is an investigation going into it because Russia are banned from any sort of nation, representing their nation from the anti-doping agency. So we'll see. Let's move on. Alfa Romeo up next, and it was pretty much an Uno reverse, wasn't it, for their car? At Charlie Base 18. It's so nice, but it's just a flip of last season, isn't it? And I like that. I like the fact they're doing something different. As much as the last car did look very nice, this car's also pretty decent. And pretty much everybody would watch the livery/car launch reveal for Kimi Raikkonen. It doesn't matter if they were unveiling a tractor. You just want to see what Kimi Raikkonen is going to be up to when he's just live. You don't know how he's going to be, do you? But you just expect full-blown Kimi Raikkonen, stone cold. It's just a hobby for me. At No Track Limits F1, me, oh my god, look at this goat livery, Iceman. Just not impressed, is he? You could genuinely, it could have all sorts of random, just horrendous stuff on it. It could have amazingly funny stuff on it, whatever. Kimi Raikkonen will have exactly the same expression. Nicole Nina F1. Look, it's all about Kimi. Kimi is a legend. We're going to be very sad when he does finally retire from Formula 1. But until then, you wouldn't think that he actually enjoys Formula 1, would you? But he just hates the media stuff, just wants to race, which is fair enough. AlphaTauri was kind of split down the middle, wasn't it? You had tweets like Super Jag TV, which, well, Mario jumping off a balcony, because of course they had this sort of Uno reverse swap for their livery as well. I was more of a fan of the 2021 than the 2021 personally, and this is what I love about livery stuff, and it's something I tweeted as well, is that your opinion is no more valid or invalid than F1 Keyboard Warrior 1234. It just isn't. You can have your own opinion on whether you like a livery or not, and no one can take that away from you, and you won't take my opinion away from me. Anyway, other tweets. Of course, you had that side of things, the negative side, but you also had Superior. It's beautiful. I've looked at this for 5 hours now. So, which side did you end up on? And finally, on the AlphaTauri launch, or not AlphaTauri launch, it kind of counts because Yuki Tsunoda included it. Yuki is quite quickly becoming one of my favourite drivers on the grid. Like, he's brilliant. This tweet, grow. The man knows he's small and he's embracing it. And I've seen some other people squashing the car, which I felt was a little bit harsh. Leave him alone, but at the same time, he's embracing the banter and going with it. Yuki, I wish you all the best for the next season, for the upcoming season. Last but by no means least, we have Ferrari, who released a bit of green on their car, which no one, what a weird way of saying that, no one particularly enjoyed that. A lot of people, creating redesigns of actually quite nicely doing like an Italian logo with the MW, or just keeping it white or keeping it black, but no, they went for green. Green! Derpy_mustard with the sick emoji over the car, which is quite nicely photoshopped actually. And you've got other ones like avoiding TMRW, or tomorrow I assume, with just the green apple amongst the red. And finally Eduardo Laserdab with just a very ugly car. Not a fan of the green personally. I feel like they could have done so much better with that. But kind of going back to what I said about the Mercedes AMG stuff, they're trying to grab attention to a particular sponsor, and if they'd put it out as white or black or whatever, then they wouldn't have created anywhere near the social chatter that they have for the Ferrari and the green MW logo. So you can see where they're winning with this, but when you look at the car and history, you just go, oh, green? Really? Right, and there you have it. We've finished. That's the internet's best reactions to the 2021 car launches, done and dusted. Can't wait for the new season. Of course, we'll have testing coming up soon. We'll be doing some content around there. Make sure you subscribe, because we're going to be pumping out so many videos you don't even understand. Hashtag WTF1 if you want to get involved for round 1 Bahrain and the foreseeable 23 races, hopefully, for the Formula 1 season. And we'll see you very soon for another video. Bye-bye! Weird outro. What was that? See you later.